Welcome. I'm Nora Shabazi. I am the founder of EBLI, Evidence-Based Literacy Instruction, a system of effective, efficient, research-based strategies, activities, and lessons, as well as teacher training, to help teachers help all of their students reach their highest potential in reading, writing, and spelling. And today I'm really excited to talk about our blog, How Do We Make Our Teaching Even Better? It is something that for the 25 years that I have been teaching teachers and teaching students, that's always at the forefront of my mind. If I'm doing this well or even great, how could I even make it better or greater? At the very beginning, one of the things that was really evident with my teaching was that I was talking too much. And I had read somewhere or heard somewhere that the more we talk, the less they learn. So I really had to work a lot and be very mindful about talking less. And now I can teach, especially students, really well and a whole lot with very little teaching. So, and then I think also with speed, if I'm doing something and it takes 10 seconds of instruction and I could do it in 5 and it's going to be just as effective or even more so, then I'm going to cut that down, and do it in less time. So much of what's in this blog, and do check it out because there's some great links of stuff that's really impacted my teaching over the years, is talking about how learners learn best and how we can teach best to that. So the best ways to learn are to discover and to make mistakes and to teach someone else. So we all know if we can teach something to somebody, we have to have a pretty good understanding of it. It's very different to hear about something than to actually teach something to somebody. So that's pretty evident. But the other one is discovery. That is one that all throughout instruction that we do with EBLI, with teachers and with students, we work really diligently to guide the students to be able to discover themselves, because when you discover, you integrate it better and you'll learn it better. So that is a big one, which sounds very simple, but it's not necessarily so. So the book that I'm talking to you about, What Is It About Me You Can't Teach, that's most of this blog is about, it's such a great book because it has practical things in there of how you go about doing teaching, where you're doing more interacting with the students and moving towards discovery. So that's a wonderful thing. And the other one is to make mistakes. And everybody, if we're alive and breathing, we are making mistakes, right? And always learn from them. The computer is somewhat my nemesis, and I hit buttons, arbitrarily a lot of times. And sometimes I discover something exciting and good. More times than not, though, I mess things up and something goes away or whatever. So I learn not to do that, and then typically with someone else's help, I learn what I need to do differently instead. So making those mistakes, as long as we use them productively, and then in the end we're successful, is really critical to learning. In EBLI, it's imperative that we guide our students, classrooms of students or groups of students or one-on-one, whatever we're teaching, to make mistakes, so that then we can guide them to do the correction and accelerate their learning even more. So I hope that you enjoy reading this blog as much as I enjoyed writing it, because it really took me back to the 90s when I was learning initially so much, not just about reading instruction, but also about how we learn. And over the years, continue to do so, and still today, because we are all lifelong learners and continually learning if we're teaching kids, for sure. So thank you so much for listening and for reading, and I very much appreciate you being here.